than me. So it's good to see this here.
And the bell has rung. Our first match just starting up. Vara 2-0 up against Roger Mendez, who is 0-1. His second appearance here at Ambition. And since his first appearance, Darius, I hate to bring this up, but since his first appearance at Ambition, Roger Mendez has since won the Warriors of Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship and now looking to come back and put a win in the column at Ambition.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, Roger, there you go. And a nice clean break there.
You were in that match, correct? You were the Warriors of Wrestling champions.
I was in that match, but I was not defeated. I did not lose. Roger beat Vinny. And neither of those men should have even been in that championship match. But this is what I'm looking for here. This is why I'm here. Because if Roger's going to be the heavyweight champion of the world, a title that I put on the map, he needs to get W's. He needs to be convincing. Okay, you know, you can have the girl at ringside, but here he needs to prove himself. He needs to prove that he can compete with someone like Vara. I've been in the ring with Vara at La Boom in New York years ago, and we went at it. We went toe-to-toe, and he is he really an underrated competitor. I think he's a very strong grappler. Very good style in the ring. He's just underrated.
We talk about evolution of style. I remember Vara when he was first starting out, and Vara, a completely different look, completely different moveset. He has really modeled his name as the complete athlete and brought him down here. Looks like he's going for a submission leg lock here.
Yep, he's trying to hook the leg over. There you go.
Reaches up, trying to get the neck here, trying to really wrench that back of Roger Mendez.
There are some catch elements to him because he's going to grab what he can. That's what I like about Vara. He's not trying to come in with a whole script and a map of how he does things. He really does like to feel people out. And he's a
one count.
And he's a hard competitor to compare for because he doesn't know exactly what he's going to do to you before he does it. So how can you predict what he's going to do?
Cover again, 1, 2, a roll-up cover there by Mendez, only a 2 count. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first time watching an Ambition match. This is 2 rope breaks for every competitor. You can win by pinfall. Pin here, cover 1.
Now, these individuals have competed twice, and what's funny is they've competed once before. This is their second time, and last time Vara did get the win. Roger has grown a lot, but so has Jay, and he does it silently.
Headlock takeover into a cover here, only a 1 count.
Roger needs to win. Roger needs to prove that he can win on all.
Headlock takeover, 1 count.
Another snap. It's working.
Cover 1, 2 count this time.
Because it keeps working. I mean, what are you going to do, champ? You get snapmared time after time after time, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And now getting in a full Nelson lock, tried to roll him over, but Mendez almost turned that into a pin himself. Again, that amateur wrestling background from Mendez there. Great catch by the referee. Vara's shoulders down, started to count, but only a 1 there. Mendez, that amateur wrestling background, is really going to help him with the mat-based technician part of the match here, but Vara is really a complete athlete. Can go high flyer, can go power, can go mat base. Whip to the ropes here, reversed by Mendez. Goes for a clothesline, ducked, tried to go for a backslide, didn't get it.
Beautiful roll there.
Modified arm drag almost.
It really was, absolutely. And there's a little bit of a European flair to that. A lot of different types of drags. Sometimes they're under.
Into a power slam, cover here, 1, 2,
right.
Kick out. And talking about that, you can see how quickly he went from a technician-based attack to a power-based attack with that power slam, Darius.
Vara has really kind of been in command in a lot of different ways. I think he's really, you can literally see him calculating as it goes on. And I'm not talking about mentally, I'm talking about physically. He is physically responding to the things that Roger is presenting to him. And Roger's got to up his game in terms of dimensions. We've seen that he can wrestle, but can Roger do other things? Can he do something else other than wrestle? Let's just call it as it is. And that's the thing, is Vara will give him different shades. If Vara sees he can wrestle, he'll go up high. There we go.
Went to the second rope, missed there. Mendez right on the attack though. Goes for a side leg sweep cover, 1, 2. Almost like a variation of your royal sweep. Just
not
went
at
backwards
all.
instead of
not
forward.
At all. Let's not try and create conflict. That was a Russian leg sweep.
Hey, what?
Now,
well, if you have to ask me, then I guess you just have your problem there. Is you can't answer your own question. You should know what technical wrestling is if you're the champion, right?
Right there, Mendez showing off.
He made himself look goofy there. Bad move on his part. There's the choke.
Cover, 1, 2, 3.
There you go. Not
Get him up the
right.
rope.
And Vara was not gripping the rope. That way the referee did not call a rope break there. He was not actively gripping the rope. Mendez keeping his hands away from the rope.
It's a hard shot. Now Vara's gonna remember that shot. Vara's gonna remember that. It might be a minute from now. It might be a minute and 30. But Vara's gonna get him back for that shot.
The first time Mendez has been in control of the whole match.
Oh, that's the stuff I like about Vara.
Huge clothesline into the corner here. Now looking to go for that gut wrench.
Man, a standing
Suplex
slam.
there.
A standing slam. Less of a suplex and more of just a gut wrench toss. A suplex, you're gonna get a little more arch in your back. I would think that he would have utilized that opportunity to hit a suplex. You don't want to play around with Vara. Vara is reading him right now.
Go. Give up.
Now
gotta
going
be
into a
careful.
headlock here.
Roger must add dimensions to his game, and this is the time to do it. Vara's the guy to be in there with. Roger's getting the right opponents. He has to prove on his
Oh,
end.
nice counter on that there to break the hold.
On his end, Roger has to do this.
Off the ropes.
Oh, bit of a
Needed a
kitchen.
gut by Mendez, and now bringing him back. That was that neck breaker there on Vara. Cover here by Mendez. 1, 2, and a kick out by Vara. This has been a great competitive match, and this is, again, one of the first times we're seeing sustained control by Mendez. If he wants to get this win, if he wants to exact revenge on Jay Vara, he needs to stay on top of him and not give him a chance to breathe.
I think part of the issue there, I think Vara actually, he went high flying.
This is just
He went high too
Cocky
quick.
cover.
He went high flying too quick. I think he should have tried to stun him before he went for that dive. And Roger saw it coming, to his credit. Like I said, Roger has to have these elements of his game if he wants to be a champion. There's a title holder and there's a champion. Which one do you want to be?
Now Mendez has that neck lock in, transfers in, tried to go to the ropes. Vara
Kick
reverses.
to the gut. Oh,
It looked like he was going for a sidewalk slam, but goes for a backbreaker there, and now a suplex.
Beautiful.
But Vara not able to roll into a cover there.
if I was Roger, I wouldn't have gone to whip him. You had control. You were closing the space. It seemed like Roger was finding the plan to really put it to Vara, and then he's trying to whip him.
Now Vara into a cover. 1, 2, kick out by Mendez. I would like to think if Vara had gone into that cover maybe right after
He didn't have
that
a choice.
suplex,
He couldn't.
He would have gotten a three.
You could look on his face. He was unable to because Roger did a sufficient job. He couldn't get there, or he would have got there. Okay, I'll say that about Vara right now.
Now reversal into the corner. Once again, Mendez in control. Putting the boot to Vara in the corner. And Vara looks spent. And Mendez, while he is breathing heavily, does not look like he's really broken a sweat yet, Darius.
I wouldn't say Mendez hasn't broken a sweat. I would say his sweat has dried up a little bit.
Cover here.
Vara was giving him a lot of problems in the beginning. Roger could not get the advantage.
Cover again by Mendez and a 2 count. Vara still kicking out. But Darius, at this point, is it instinct or is it resilience from Vara?
It's resilience. He's not at the point yet where I think instinct needs to kick in. I don't think he's not in the red. But he's teetering in the yellow at this point. I mean, this man has to make a move.
Once again, reversing that whip to the ropes. Looks like he was going to go for a Samoan drop there, but missed it. Reverse now again.
There it
big
is.
bicycle kick there by Vara, going for, looks like he's trying to get a backslide hooked in.
Oh, there's a wheelbarrow.
Full Nelson
There's a
reverse wheelbarrow.
Okay.
2 count only.
You could see Roger's right arm was pinned in particular. I think if Vara was able to get his left over the other shoulder there, it would have been fine.
And now gets him. The Dodger death drop there.
Is that what he calls that?
And they cover 1, 2, and that is it. Roger Mendez gets a win in the column against the man who gave him his first loss. Mendez defeats Vara in the first match of Ambition, Volume 4.
Vara never recovered. Never recovered from that empty dive. What a shame. It's a lesson, though.